So I have been living in this spot for 8 years now, and I have been really working to try and make this yard a food forest. What a journey it has been. So I have struggled with a few reoccurring things over the years, but I wanted to just run through everything that I've been doing. I'm in Ogden, Utah, and in like a 6A zone. So a lot of these problems have like pests specific to this area. I know I struggled to find how to take care of them because I could never find someone in my exact zone. So I'm really hoping I can help someone in this zone dealing with kind of these same issues that I am. A slight background, I did trim trees for 3 years as a climber with a tree company. So and trees were my passion before, so I may also be helping teach how to do trimming and those types of things as well. So right here is failed experiment. It's a peach tree. The peach tree borer seems to be the biggest struggle in this environment. If you don't know what the peach tree borer looks like, it looks like it's just spewing out jelly. You can see right here, it's like a mass of jelly. So I didn't want to use any, like you'll even see it all the way up in here. It happens up on the trees right here, that little jelly spawn. That's just the secretion of sap because there's something digging underneath. And once they are in, they are in. There's two different things you can do. You can maybe use pesticides and soak the roots. This works. I tried it 1 year, but I have since changed my opinion on whether or not I will be using any type of chemical such as like that. So I've been looking at more natural options. So I tried to hide it, which I did. We tried to hide one behind all those trees. Didn't work. This one right here is, I thought the idea was I was going to let a bunch of seeds seed out here, and then I would let them all grow up. Hopefully one would become extra resistant to those types of insects, and maybe I could create a peach tree species for this environment. But this one made it the longest. 3 years. I was convinced I found one, but nope. So I'll just probably continue that same process and let them grow, and maybe one day, who knows, but maybe one day when it gets more biodiverse, I can fight against them, but I might have to just have them be out of my system for now. That's one of the greatest learnings I have had to deal with, is adjusting to my location. I was in California right before this, so the types of plants that I used to grow, I no longer can grow, and I cannot have peach trees. But I can still grow them. They'll produce for a little while. Maybe just get not comfortable with any of them and just continually rotate them out. This one right here is a, I guess with this tree, the wind blew it over a bit. If you look down at the trunk, it's got a pretty heavy lean, and I have tried to torque it back as best I can without damaging it, but that's as far as it's going to go. So my solution has been trimming it. It's hard to tell in here, but if you see there, it's an angle, and then the whole bush grows straight up. So I'm trying to balance it out so that when it gets fruit, it doesn't get heavy and snap. So I'm just kind of zigzagging it up to make sure that the weight works out. I'm probably going to do another trim where I push it one direction to try and get it a little further out. Yeah, this is a pawpaw. I hate the way it grows. It's very ugly. This is just not something I want to deal with on a regular basis, but it seems like that's just the style in which it grows. So cares about, arborist art, then I think I just hate it. And it's not producing any fruit, so why have it? This is a pomegranate for Utah and 6A. It's the only one that can survive that cold of weather. So I'm hoping it continues to flourish. It's taken 7 years to get where it's at, and it's its first fruit this year. So maybe we're there. If you can tell, all these rows, flood irrigation. And when I bought this place, I had no idea that it actually linked up with some flood irrigation opportunities back there. So that was a really exciting surprise. It's taken many years, but this is the first year that we actually have the option and I can actually start flooding the yard. I almost cried when I first got it all set up. So that is awesome. We just got this chicken coop put in. The pride and joy of mine. Watched like 100 videos and then just 2x4s in a dream went for it. So I'm probably wasted wood, but it's fine. My compost station over here closer to the chickens, and so that is my current project, is moving that over. I'm going to be removing this wood pile and placing it where my old composting station was down here. So I have a thing about wood piles. I don't know what it is. I feel like every time I talk to another man, they have the same love for a nice wood pile. Nice be like that primal feeling of security through the winter, you know. Go, got some eggs. Got their food system through a little pipe right here. Only have to fill it every now and then. It's my first year. It's their first winter, so I stapled this thing on. I don't know how useful that is, but well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Georgia, the very loudest. Okay, so we just installed this fence. The back used to go right up against the back of my barn. There's that flood irrigation. I cut that out because I wanted a little window sometimes, but I can hang out over here. I had to dig out this giant pipe, cut a section out, not before building a frame for cement, and you can kind of tell that it's a homemade project, but works out really good. I just have a board and I block the pipe when it's time to water. On this property, there's like on the back side of all the different properties. Oh, look at that. When the water's running through here, I like to sit and try and pretend I'm somewhere else. Anyway, back up. Here's another project I'm going to be working on. See this one? Going over the barn. This will be something I'm going to be removing soon. Oh yeah, we actually just removed this branch right there. It had been broken. Fell all the way into the tree that I want to remove. So its purpose is done. So let's go ahead and get that removed this year. Here's where that pipe ends. And then I got a big old trench that goes down here with trenches that just go all the way down. So part of this is I have no idea how to farm with these types of rows. So this is definitely going to be a learning experience. This next year is going to be the first year I can actually do it. I feel like my biggest issue is going to be how I inoculate the soil with compost. I now have this nice composting system with these chickens as my slave labor. And hopefully we'll be able to get that in here. If I've used the compost in the past, it's dry and it like just floats away like driftwood. So I'm hoping that it kind of keeps it moist and staying and heavy and kind of not just drift away. So that is everything that I've been really working on over here. I do have tons of trees down the side yard. I have, I don't know, 12 different fruit trees. So each one has its own struggles and learnings that we've had over the last 8 years. So I can definitely talk to apples, peaches, plums, pluots, apricots, and even pomegranate trees. So more to come, and that's just where we're starting.